Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Spiritual Evolution by Beloved Papa. The attainment of God realization is a gradual process. You have to progress from stage to stage before the goal is reached. The first step is strong aspiration, which gives rise to concentration and purification. Then comes the inner vision and the resultant peace and bliss, which leads to the full knowledge of the reality. Next, you achieve a state of all-comprehensive realization of divinity in all aspects of its existence. Ultimately, you get the experience of the mystic oneness and identity with God, which baffles description. When we go through Papa's life, we find he says somewhere, in the course of Ramdasa's life, prior to his meeting the Guru, he had been awakened off and on by contact with some dynamic personalities, though he had not felt that any power from outside had done it. The awakening had taken place within him. Ramdas once saw Gandhiji in Mangalore from a distance. A strange influence from him changed his outlook, and his mind started going towards God. The first touch was from Gandhiji. So after that, when we go through In Quest of God, Passage to Divinity, talks of Swami Ramdas, even in the Vision of God, in the preamble, Papa clearly says from 1920 to 22. That was the period of terrible struggle. Though the struggle was there, somehow he was blessed with the awareness that God is behind, God is behind, God is behind. And he had the impersonal aspect of God who got thoroughly established in himself. So there was no confusion. Normally we all find it difficult, when we enter into the spiritual path. So many thoughts come, so many Ishtadevatas, so many gurus, so many approaches. Ultimately, we reach nowhere. We find some interest in some way of approach, we pursue that, again we leave it. But in his case, he was very clear, though he had not felt that any power from outside had done it. Every time he was conscious of this, that he is guided by the indwelling reality. So his reliance was more and more on the indwelling reality than on any factors outside. Though the Swadhyaya did help him, though satsang would have helped him. But what is important is that he was relying solely on God himself, God who is within him. This is the point on which we have to keep on thinking. Why are we not reaching anywhere? In spite of decades of our association, decades of our practice, because every now and then we come across a new approach, we try to follow it. Sorry, nothing wrong in hearing it. Whatever that is that serves as a contributory factor for my spiritual progress, I can take it. But if I am swayed away by anything, then I don't reach anywhere. Something like, somebody said, suppose you want to dig a well, nowadays bore well. Suppose you go for 20 meters, 30 meters, you stop. Again you go to another 40 meters, 50 meters, 60 meters, stop. Another go and you will not get water. But suppose you want to go 20, 30, not at God. Then again 50, 60, 100, 150, 200, like that perseverance on the same thing. So in his case, he was very, very, very clear about it. He was not looking up to anything. He says clearly, saints are beacons. Saints show the path. They hearten you in your struggle. Their words should carry absolute weight with you. They can awaken and enthuse you. But you have to advance on the path by your own growing inner power and will. You should feel conscious that the divine within is your sole refuge. It is by the constant thought and meditation of Him that you rise from the lower to the higher planes of consciousness. When finally you are absorbed in Him, He manifests within you in all His beauty, power and glory. Saints are beacons. Saints show the path. They hearten you in your struggle. Their words should carry absolute weight with you. They can awaken and enthuse you. But you have to advance on the path by your own growing inner power and will. When the prompting has come to have the sannyas centenary of Papa, giving thrust to God remembrance, constant God remembrance, through an in-depth study of In Quest of God. We should be very clear about this. He who is within me is facilitating everything for me. I must keep on hammering this into my brain. Normally, I attribute everything to outside factors. Even the thought is an outside factor, no? Even the very action is an outside factor. Compared to the dynamo within, the articulating power within, the enlivening power within, that which makes us alive, that which makes us what we are, that which makes our entire equipment vibrant with activity. This is something, So he is Ramnam chanting. That is why he said no other method is necessary. Because he was trying to get himself absorbed in the name. Earlier he says, when he was he used to attend the bhajans in his elder brother's house. They had a clay image of Lord Krishna. Many members of the household used to sit in front of it and perform bhajan. Though Ramdas attended the bhajan, he was not taking part in singing. He was sitting and simply gazing at the image, listening to the songs. It was at this time that he started repeating Ram Nam. He was then beset with worldly worries which virtually drove him towards God. So he started listening to the sound. That's where he says, even when he was chanting Ram Nam, he was concentrating on the sound. So that the mind was not going anywhere else. And then slowly it became calm and serene. Though he was getting all these glimpses, when he met Ramana Bhagavan, as a wandering mendicant in 1922, continuously repeating Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Ramdas was led by a sadhu to Tiruvannamalai, where Ramana Maharshi lived. Maharshi was sitting on a raised seat. He had only a loin cloth and nothing else on his body. Ramdas paid his respects to him, sat down. A few minutes later, Ramdas got up, went near Maharshi, and standing before him with folded hands, prayed for his grace. Maharshi then looked into Ramdas's eyes intently for 1 or 2 minutes. Ramdas's whole body thrilled, and he felt a joy which he could not express in words. Maharshi poured light and grace into Ramdas profusely through his eyes, and nodded his head as much as to convey that he had answered Ramdas's prayer. He did not speak a word. From there, Ramdas went straight to the Arunachala hill, remained in a cave for 20 days. Day and night he repeated the Ram mantra without break. After the 20th day, when he came out of the cave, one morning he saw the light of God everywhere. His eyes were filled with the light and he was full of joy and ecstasy. He now sees God everywhere and everybody is God. In this connection, that means the Ramnam, as we said yesterday, Ramnam is helping us to bridge a fence around our thoughts, so that the thoughts will not go out. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. So is it day and night? So there is no chance for the thought to go out. That resulted, or that paved the way for recognizing the light which was there previously also. Many of you might remember sometime during October or November last vision. You have that copy from me? October or November?
Oh, yes.
Vedaranya Upanishad, he says the light. He says, we need not immediately think light means like something like this. Not like this. It is the inner light. There was a dialogue. The Guru asked him, the Shishya, how do you see everything? He said, with the help of the sun. When the sun is not there, how do you see? With the lamp. When the sun and the lamp is not there, how do you see? He said, I can hear the sound from there. Suppose there is no sun, there is no lamp, there is no sound. How do you see? Then suddenly he realized, yeah, the light is within. awareness. At the moment also we have that, no? We don't need any light to know that we are sitting here, no? Suppose the light is off and it is pitch dark. Do we need a light to know that we are sitting? What is that light? No? We are trying to go deeper and deeper into it. This is a shloka by Shankaracharya. Kim Jyotistava. Guru, what is the source of light for you? Disciple, to me during the day it is the lofty sun. At night it is the lamp and the like. Guru, let it be so. Tell me, in seeing the sun and the lamp, what is the source of illumination? That is the eye. What then when the eye is closed? Oh, it is the intelligence. Alright, what reveals to the intelligence its functions? Coming to that, it is my own self. Well, your own self is then the supreme brilliance, the ultimate light, the first and last source of illumination, is it not? Yes, I am that. Because Adi Shankara is the Ekashloki, you know. So the Papa was able to, when he went to the cave in Arunachala, a boost was given, you know, by the darshan of Maharshi. And then when he went, this is another clue for all of us, you know. First of all, we should become receptive. Receptive to receive, to become aware of the grace poured on us by God through that saint. No? The indwelling God, in order that I am not aware, facilitates me to get in touch with the Mahatma, in whom the revelations are more. And he should bless me with, if he is not blessing me with the receptivity, he is an individual. Like anybody else, he is an individual. But when the grace is there, he is not seen as an individual. We become receptive. There is an inner alignment that takes place, which receives the grace from that. Okay, that is the push. It cannot help beyond that. That push is necessary. And after that push, he retires to the Tiruvannamalai cave. And there he says day and night. And then the inner light. Inner light became explicit. No? Even now in all of us it is there, but it is not explicit. So we should have all these things in our mind while chanting the name. Why you are there, you are not revealing, you are there in the form of awareness, the light, the brilliance. There are so many mantras, you know, in Upanishads also. Natatra suryo bhadina chandrataragam nema vidyido bandikutoyam agnihi tameva bandam anubhadi sarvam tasya vasa sarvamidam vibhadi. It's a beautiful in Kathopanishad. There the sun cannot illumine, nor the moon, nor the stars, nor the lightning. And what to speak of the fire in your house? The Atman shines, and these things shine after that. By its light, the whole universe is lighted. Jyotisham amitat jyoti. Tamasam paramuchyate. Jnanam nyeyam jnanagamyam. Hridi sarvasya vishtit. That is the light even among all the lights. It has been spoken of as beyond darkness. It is knowledge. That which is to be known and the goal of knowledge, it especially resides in the hearts of all. So Sri Krishna says that the eternal essence is the light among all the lights. The word light in the Vedas refers to awareness, to knowledge, which means that ultimately it is the eternal essence that provides the power of awareness, the power to know. Without the eternal essence, we would have no awareness, no sentence. So we are trying to understand, no? Otherwise the mind will immediately say light. When Papa says, when he came out of the cave one morning, he saw the light of God everywhere. So we try to impose light on all objects, immediately. It will not. Because it is untrue, It is not imposing a concept of light on some other object. Maharshi poured light and grace into Ramdas profusely through his eyes and nodded his head as much as to convey that he had answered Ramdas' prayer. He did not speak a word. From there, Ramdas went straight to the Arunachala hill and remained in a cave for 20 days. He has written in Quest of God, he used to come out once a day to go for some bhiksha. Then he gets a small quantity of rice with the lota. He comes again to the hill and boils it, only plain rice. And then takes it, shares that with some other creatures also are there.
Squirrels.
Squirrel. They will come and take it. But that's all. So this chanting, not allowing the mind to go anywhere else, going deeper and deeper. Yesterday we found that, that particular word. He was asked to repeat the name of God constantly to keep his mind serene and calm so that it could go deeper within himself, to find the truth on which his life was based, the core of his being. So his concept of God was clear. That's why Papa used to say, before you start, you should have the right concept of God. When we are chanting the name, we may not have, We get attracted by the name, we join, no doubt. We develop slowly a taste for Ramnam. That is okay, perfectly okay. But after some time, we should try to understand the name stands for what. So Papa has also answered that the name stands for, Om stands for the impersonal aspect, Sri stands for the personal aspect, and Ram stands for both and beyond both. Jai stands for victory. That victory word also is very, very important. All my lower, what do you call it, tendencies. He says, yesterday we read that if they lived on the lower levels of life like animals, not knowing about the higher dimension, always, are propelled by impulses and instincts. At the individual level only, or even beyond that, below that. We don't think about the higher one. So here the thrust is given for this. When we chant, slowly we should start thinking, what is happening to me? Pujya Swamiji the other day gave us, 4, 5, 6 questions. And if the answer is no, we have to intensify. Because we have all developed the taste. We are all votaries of Ram Nam, no doubt about it. Even now, anything, suppose we are thinking about December celebration. What comes first? Akhand Ram Nam. Today somebody telephones. The devotee lost her husband a year ago, and after 2 or 3 days it is the Shraddha. On Shraddha day, between say 9 to 12, there will be Ram Nam. 3 days back, one of our devotees, who passed away last year, in his house, 45 people in Madras, even during this season. 45 people assembled there. From morning till evening they were doing Ramnam. So Ramnam has become a part of our life. So first stage we have covered. Now the second stage is we are watching ourselves whether we are progressing towards the goal for which we are chanting Ramnam. So that is why Papa mentioned, gives us the meaning of the mantra. It is not merely the impersonal aspect, also the personal aspect. The impersonal is not visible. Visible, but then I should not feel that only invisible power is God. No. So the impersonal aspects, which is symbolized by O, and the visible aspect, Shri. Another interpretation is many people have scaled the height through concentration on the form of the Ishtadevata. Say for example, Godavarikar Maharaj. Lord Ramchandra Murti was his Ishtadevata and he could realize. So the Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, they don't add probably Om. Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram stands for the through personal aspect also. But here Papa means, not a particular form, all the manifestation. So Om stands for the impersonal, static. Sri stands for the dynamic aspect. And Ram stands for both and beyond both. And the most important word is Jai. So victory to thee, not victory to my lower self. So whenever I chant, I must also try to bring in the Asuric and the Devic force are there. The Sattvic force as well as the Tamasic force are there. Rajasic force are there. In me. I must be able to win over. I must be able to triumph over my down-pulling tendencies so that I can get myself stabilized, riveted to the higher one. So this Jai, when I say Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, victory to thee, victory to thee, victory to thee, enable me to triumph over, come out of the clutches of all the so-called labeled down-pulling tendencies. So so we are checking out. We have been doing Ramnam, whether this has had its effect. Pujya Swamiji in one of his speeches he said, moral life, value-based life. That is the first entry. Before we enter into this line, the first one, knowingly or unknowingly, we try to lead a value-based life. Value-based life means, less and less of me and mine, more and more of we and us. That is called value-based life. Unselfish, non-injury, and not exploiting anybody for selfish interest. At that time, the concept of God would not have come, doesn't matter. But that is the, the preparatory stages. And then God leads me from there to a spiritual preceptor. Mysteriously he will lead. We cannot say that he will lead like this, lead like that. No. It can be by hearing. It can be by seeing. It can be by observing. It can be by somebody sharing, We may get kindled. For example, many of us would not have, we have not seen, Samartha Swami Ramdas. But when Banachi Shloka, when every day, when the Arati is being performed, a few slokas from Banachi Shloka comes. Initially we also repeat, like parrot. Then later on when we start, what is the meaning of this? These are all Marathi, Then one day we get a book, Manache Shloka, commentary by Swami Chidanji Maharaj. And when we took up here for satsang session, Then we came to know that many of the slokas which we chant in during the Arati time have been culled out from that. So how God introduces Samartha Swami Ramdas to us? You see that not that we have seen him. He lived in a different period. Many of us would not have seen Gandhiji or Vinobaji. Many Mahatmas we would not have. Sri Anandamayi Ma, for example. Ramana Bhagavan. But somehow, he makes us to get in touch with Nisargadatta Maharaj, Whenever it is then we are remembering that whenever we need any clarity on the various aspects of spiritual journey, he facilitates us to get in touch with them. The moment we know that he is facilitating, there is no risk involved. The moment I think I am in search of him, I get lost. In order that I get more and more clarity on my spiritual journey, God facilitates periodically, whenever it is needed, a particular aspect is clarified by a great Mahatma, and then you mysteriously get in touch with him. We never knew about this Adi Shankara's Yakasloki, But when we were dwelling upon it, he saw to it that somehow we get it. Or from Kathopanishad. So he saw very clear. So the moment we keep on thinking, please guide me, I have been chanting Ramnam, but still the clarity has not come. I enjoy, no doubt. During that particular period, I enjoy. But still I feel I have not felt your presence within me. Only when I feel my presence within me, I will be able to feel the presence within everybody, the light in me. I should be able to see the light within me, then only I will be able to see the light within everybody, any creation. So when we are motivated to go intensely through Papa's life, the pre-sannyas days and sannyas days and post-sannyas days. There have been 3 stages. Vittal Rahu, Swami Ramdas as the aspirant or a sadhaka, and then Swami Ramdas as the fully blossomed self-realized saint. So when we have been facilitated to go deeper and deeper and deeper into his life, and suddenly every now and then we check up with what is happening in us, then he will mysteriously, did you think about it? Every day you are chanting Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. This Jai stands for victory to him. We are asserting victory to you, victory to you, victory to you, not victory to the small self. The small self is dominating. But I keep on telling victory to you means automatically, this gets faded away. So my Nama chanting becomes more and more effective. Om stands for the Nirguna Nirakara, Mataji's Nirguna Nirakara, Nirvikara, Shashwata, Ananda, Swarup. Nirguna, Nirvikara, Nirakara, Shashwata, Ananda, Swarup. Even then Mataji is not happy. She will keep on adding attributes, impersonal aspect. So the Om stands for that. Sri stands for the entire creation. And Ram stands for both and beyond both. Because still we feel, there is a difference between impersonal and personal. We feel the inner reality and the outer reality, It is there, only when we reach the final stage we will not say that. But, so when we are on the path, all these things will be there. So, Nama says, that is also there. That is also Ram. This is also Ram. And you should be very cautious that the small self in you should subjugate itself totally, surrender itself totally to the to that ultimate power. So Jai. And when we started deeper going on, 3 times the Jai comes. Not one. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. So this assertion of the higher dimension. This is also something to be gone deep into it. It should not be lost sight of. So Papa has provided everything. Until we came to know Papa's meaning, it will not be very clear. God, who is at once truth, love, power, impersonal and personal. Victory to thee, victory, victory to thee. Victory to God, God who is truth, love and power, both personal and impersonal, also the supreme transcendent one beyond both. Victory to thee, victory to thee. So when I keep on telling about victory to that great power, immediately I come to know what is blocking me is my sense of individuality and my limitation. So I should only by asserting this, the supreme power of that, I may be able to bring down the influence of the small self in me. So these are all some of the things which he keeps on, he touches and kindles and makes it, makes it to express itself. So the take home message is that when we chant, if we bring in all these dimensions, he was able to do it. So yesterday he made it very clear, the chanting of name enabled him to go deep within himself, to the base of his own life. Very clear. So I am thinking, why it's not happening to me? Every one of us should think. So that means I was not very clear. I was still floating at the surface level. So beyond the surface level, I should go deep down. Then he assures that the entire priority will be shifted to that. To him, nothing else was there excepting to get stabilized in it. Anyway, at least we will try, Though it is something which we cannot imagine now, not even we can bring it in our concept, but at least we can take some clues and try to move towards, and the process will definitely take us from stage to 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, like that. So let us all pray to him from our bottom of the heart. You have guided us, you have clarified so many things. Now with that background, you have also given us the taste of Ramnam. And you have assured us that no other sadhana is necessary, only Ramnam we have to carry on. So in order that we get riveted to Ramnam, with the right attitude, please shower your grace, blessings. We don't want anything else. Just as you scale the heights, you enable us to slowly move towards that. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम हरि ओम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम
हरि ओम स्वामी।